All right, here we are, stage 3, Dale Hollow. It has been a full season of active target fishing, and you know, it's just that's where we're at with the technology. So this year I came to play. You know, so I've been mostly doing that whenever I go to every one of these tournaments. I did it at stage 1. I did it for Red Crest. The only place I didn't do it was stage 2 on Santee Cooper, but it was still won that way. So if you're not using this equipment, you're just gonna get, odds are you're gonna get beat more times than you're gonna do well. So Dale Hollow is known for active target. It's a forward-facing lake. These fish get on bait big time. So, you know, I'm gonna show you my whole setup while we're here. I run 2 transducers. This top transducer is always in scout mode, which is a big deal when you're looking for bait, because as I'm panning around trying to find the bait balls with my forward facing, this is also showing me a scout mode view. And then if I'm looking at some bait, I can also see there's some bait to my right or to my left, and if there's no fish on this bait ball, I can turn and find that bait ball. So using scout mode to stay on your bait when you're open water scanning is a big deal. So I like to run scout. I run this unit right here on scout mode, and then I have my forward facing transducer 1 click up down here on the foot of the trolling motor. I like it down there because if the waves pick up and it gets real windy, it's easier for me to keep this transducer in the water, and this is the most important one to have out of the 2. So I like to make sure it stays in the water if the waves get rough. Now I will change this configuration. I can turn this one, and I can turn this transducer and make one face forward, one face backwards. So that's also a thing. And or if I get in an area with a lot of grass and a lot of stumps and this one's in the way, I'll take this one completely off and just one right here. So I change this up throughout the year depending on the tournament. Dale Hollow this week, this is how it's set up. I switched my main forward facing unit to a 16. I never really had a need for a 16. A lot of guys have been running 16s for years just because they like them, but I never really felt a need for a 16 until now. It's so much nicer looking at fish on forward-facing sonar on a 16. I use a 12 for the scout mode. To me, that's fine. You don't really need to go any bigger than that. And then I use another 12 for mapping in 2D. But what I noticed yesterday, I was fishing in the rain, pouring down rain. And in the past, in the old days, it seemed like rain used to interfere with your electronic screens. Well, that was not an issue. I was thinking that might be an issue with this big 16 and this big screen. I thought it would be sensitive to the rain. Didn't bother it one bit. I was able to, I never really had to wipe the screen or anything because it beads off that glass really well. And it never interfered with my cursor or touching the screen at all. I never really had to wipe the screen at all, and I was able to see really clear no matter how hard it rained on this unit. So that was like really impressive to me yesterday. It's the first time I fished in that heavy of a downpour with the big 16-inch touchscreen. So also I got this unit standalone set to the side. If I get somewhere and it's a lot of flipping going on, a lot of roll casts off the front of the boat, and I'm not really forward facing, it's easy for me to take this one off, and then I'm back to just my traditional screens. So that's my setup. Lowrance active target. I got everything I think I need. Anything beyond this is just overkill. You got this right here, you can pretty much go compete with anyone.